Hey folks, I'm Kyle Lamb with Viking Tactics, and I want to show you how to install our new G10 vertical grip made for either M-LOK or Picatinny. So first of all, when you receive this, it's going to have hardware inside of the package. There'll be two M-LOK screws and the M-LOK keeper at the end. So just pay attention to the way that you install those. You'll need an 1/8 inch Allen wrench. Just take that screw, run it up from the inside. Take your M-LOK keeper, thread it on. It's up to you how tight you want to go. I don't over tighten because I can do that once I get it on the weapon system. If you get the version that has the Picatinny system, you'll have to do the same thing with the two screws as though you're attaching to M-LOK, because the adapter for Picatinny has an M-LOK connector. So let me go through that one first. So figure out what side you want your screw on. This will go either way. Also, notice the vertical grip has a tapered front. If you don't want the taper towards the front, you can turn around. It'll fit either way. I like to have the taper to the front. So if I want the screw on the right side of the weapon, I would take my M-LOK screws, feed them into the mount like such. Now you can see the two M-LOKs where they need to be. Sometimes it's a little bit of a pain to find where the head of that nut is at. But once you start to tighten that, you may need to loosen it a little bit just to get the M-LOK portion to flip. So what I did was I turned that with my finger. Now it's 90 degrees off, and then I tighten it down. You don't need to over tighten these. Then I go to the next one. If it's not going the way I want it, I'll loosen a little bit, turn the screw so it's 90 degrees off like such, and then I put my finger on it as I tighten it down. Once I'm somewhat snug, cinch it down, and I'm good to go. So once you have it all put together, loosen the screw up. If you take the end of it off, it's a little bit trickier. I've got it just barely captured now. Put that on your Picatinny rail where you want it. Once it's there, we'll loosen that screw just a little bit to get it onto the rail. Then I tighten the screw back up, and now it's in position. If you have a standard M-LOK setup, so once you have it set up like this, I let those hang out. I then take it to the slot that I want to go into, feed the first one in, and then the second one, and push it into position. Now I'm where I want to be. Now it's just a matter of finding the holes for the M-LOK and starting to tighten that down. Now what I do is I start to tighten it. I don't overdo it because we got to make sure that they actually lock into position where you want them. If they're not locked, you should know pretty quickly. Notice I'm going back and forth to each one and making sure that they tighten at the same time. And there you have it. Vertical grip in place. Pretty simple. Keep an eye on these, make sure that they don't work themselves loose. It is on a firearm, so it's going to vibrate quite a bit. I try to keep them torqued down pretty tightly. Once again, that's the G10 vertical grip, now available from Viking Tactics.